What's good, YouTube? DM Gaming here, guys. Y'all, we got something to talk about here. I'm redoing my video, guys. I already recorded today's video. I had to redo it because I found myself getting upset, and I don't need to do that. I need to stay professional as possible. You know what I'm saying? So I'm redoing the video. Okay, guys, we got some big stuff to talk about today. Okay, and the community is not gonna say divided. Everybody's scratching their heads wondering what the heck is going on. Today, I'm gonna answer that question. But before we do, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. All right, guys, we are like less than 100 subscribers away from 45,000 on the road to 100K. Please, 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 if you watch the video, hit a thumbs up, guys. Y'all don't know how much that, like, really, to me, that's more important than subscribing. Because liking the video is going to push this video out to more people, y'all. That helps me so much. Y'all are already here getting this information, watching the video. Hit the like button, okay? Especially if you've already subscribed to the channel, okay? So, guys, I want to get into this, all right? So, yesterday, EA Sports released, at the last minute at that, a deep dive for Madden, mind you, with 30 minutes before the live. They posted on Twitter, hey, deep dive, gameplay, blah, 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 blah. All right. No warning. And it was like, what, 8 o'clock at night? We were in the middle of a live stream with the Baylor Bears, okay, rebuilding, when that came through, okay? Guys, I'm here to prove to you today that EA is definitely not behind schedule. I have factual evidence for that. They are not behind schedule with the deep dives for college football. This is a strategic move by EA Sports to, let me summarize this as best as I can. A strategic move by EA Sports to push sales for Madden, to put Madden, keep Madden at the forefront. All right. What you're looking at here is a tweet that was put out by Everything EA College Football. Follow them on Twitter in their little group. Okay. It says the EA Sports exclusive license to develop Madden NFL games is set to expire after the 2025 NFL season. The current deal, which was extended in 2020 for a reported $1.5 billion, grants EA exclusive rights to create simulation NFL video games. Negotiations are ongoing for a potential extension, but there's also speculation about, I don't know what the rest of that says. I would assume there's also speculation about them taking the license from EA and giving it to somebody else, or possibly even opening it up to having multiple people be able to have that licensing. I wouldn't say that Madden is in the hot seat, but this is a big year for Madden. EA Sports, with this license set to expire, they need to sell Madden, and they need to sell a lot. I'll be up front. I believe, this is my belief before I get into the facts. My belief is that and I said this in a live stream last night, there's a lot of features that are in Madden that are also in college football. And so they really they understand and know the magnitude of college football, and they really don't want college football to steal the thunder for Madden. When they start releasing deep dives for college football, gameplay, and the game, guys, even though EA is in the same house, Madden and college football are owned by EA, they're in the same house, college football will take precedence over Madden. They need more pre-orders. This is a pre-order driven move by EA Sports, okay? Also, they don't want people to come up with the assumption that Madden is taking features from college football. Rather, even though that's really the case, they want people to think that college is taking features from Madden. It's no. The quarterback DNA thing may be exclusive to Madden, but everything else that you saw in that deep dive yesterday, and we talked about this in the live stream, okay, it is my belief, guys, I would be hard pressed that those exact same features are not in college football. They are. You got Scott O'Gallagher working on college football and Madden, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that in a negative way whatsoever, but those games are going to share features, and I'm perfectly fine with that because those features are simulation features. The stunt and twist from the D-line, I tweeted out last night, like watching the Madden deep dive, I love the defensive changes. I freaking love them for Madden. And I'm excited about it because I know we're going to get it in college football too. Like, and that's huge because now your secondary, your defense and stuff like that is going to play better, more realistic football. And it gives the defensive guys a big up, a big balance for the game for that's been heavily offensively tuned. Okay. So understanding that, guys, that's my speculatory belief is that they released the deep dive for Madden early because they don't want people to think that Madden is copying college football. They want to put it out there that Madden is leading the way to revolutionizing football games. You get what I'm saying? If they release the deep dive and you see all the same stuff for college football and then you see Madden and then you're like, wait, all that's in college football, it's going to make it seem like college is influencing what Madden does. They want you and the NFL to believe that Madden is influencing what college does. And that's not, I don't think that's 100% the case. Okay. And ever since college has come back, the excitement for college football, they have started packaging a deal together. Oh, bundle and save. You get Madden and college football. What's the selling point for that? Hey, take your Road to Glory superstar into Madden. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a business move. It's smart. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Because back in the day, I used to only buy Madden. Whenever college football was out, I would only buy Madden simply because I could import my Road to Glory player as well as my draft class over to Madden. And EA knows this. And I guarantee you they're working hard to figure out a way for us to be able to import our draft classes from college football into Madden. Don't be surprised that if they renew this NFL license next year, that they work out some kind of deal with the NFLPA to allow for those college players to be in Madden as well, because that's the issue, guys. The reason we don't have those draft classes in Madden is because we have actual real players in college football who are not members of the NFLPA. If they are members of the NFLPA, they can be in Madden. But if they're not, they can't be in Madden. We can't even import them because it's their actual name, image, and likeness. In the past, we were able to do that because they were generic created players, even though they shared likeness similarities, i.e. number, position, height, weight. They weren't the actual player like they are now. That is why we don't and won't have imported draft classes into Madden. They could do a feature similar to how they did in college football, to where once you get to a point in the game where it's a full generic roster, then you can import those draft classes. Because remember when college football first came out, we could not edit any players, even the recruits. Then they changed it to where if they're not an NIL player, you can edit their ratings and all that kind of stuff. So I think there's going to be a workaround in the future, but it's not going to involve having those authentic players. Okay? It's coming. I guarantee you they're trying to work out a way, because that in itself will increase the sales of Madden from the college football community. Okay, so going over to another tweet here. Everything EA College Football tweeted out: with EA being behind schedule, I'd expect College Football 26 Deep Dive to drop this week as well. I replied to that. I don't think they behind. Okay, Scott, why did I like my own tweet? Because I like my own content, damn it. Scott replied to that: we're not. The 40 pages have been locked in for a while. Everything is solid. Trust. Proof right there that EA Sports is not behind. That this is a strategic move to get Madden, gain some Madden hype, increase Madden pre-orders, and also put Madden out front as the influencer of these brand new features, when in fact, in my personal opinion, it's college football that is influencing that, Number one, because of the popularity and the sales of college football, and because of the amazing work that Scott did with college football last year. That's why he's being brought to the Madden side, in my opinion, because they need that. They need that visionary. All right. That to me is why. So this wasn't really important here. And so then you run into comments like this. This is why I had to redo my video, because I went off. Guys, ignore people like this. People like this don't know, in my opinion, you're out of touch with gaming. Ooh, Gogeta trending. I need to check out Wild later. He says EA is only behind the impatient Twitter Redder schedule, not their own. Yeah, they're not behind their own schedule. It's their schedule. But they are behind to us as the consumer, because you have a game, and that's what I told them. The game comes out in less than 2 weeks. I wouldn't call that impatient. Guys, I don't care what you say, because somebody else was in the comments of the video saying kind of the same thing. You got a few people that talk like that. Guys, in the gaming world, I don't know if these people only play college football or football games or sports games. I play all kind of games. And I'm telling you, big AAA titles, big flagship titles, they don't withhold gameplay this long before the release of a game. There's a game out right now called Mind's Eye. This game followed this dude's same format. They didn't release much, if any, gameplay or any detailed information about the game until the game came out. The reviews didn't even come out the same day as the game. They came out a couple of days later. Guys, Mind's Eye was a big flop. Okay? It was plagued with bugs and stuff like that. The game didn't play the way that they sort of advertised it to play. A lot of people, the majority of people playing that game were really upset. The game does have potential, don't get me wrong. But people went into the game blind, and it led to people being upset because they spent money on something, okay? Pre-orders and all that kind of stuff as well, and not knowing anything about the game. Gaming, in the gaming world, you don't see them waiting 2 weeks before a game comes out to release information about the game. And I know you're going to say, DM, the beta. Guys, I don't count the beta for several reasons. One reason is that information was never supposed to be released to the public. Because number one, it's a beta. So with it being an old build, they're going to cut features, they're going to add features, they're going to change things in the game, balancing, tuning, names, ratings, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so you're not going to get the same product at release. Number two, those people that released that info, they weren't supposed to. That information was not released by EA Sports. It was leaked by gamers. And yeah, people are going to say, well, it's bound to happen. Yes, but it's not the same. They don't, if they wanted the information released, they would say, hey, release this information freely and we won't ban your accounts and all that kind of stuff. But they do. They ban accounts for that. Okay, so I don't count the beta information, all right? And even last year, okay, we didn't wait 2 weeks before release before we had any information on the game, okay? So right here, he says, you're proving my point. Only 2 to 3 more weeks. All the info you need will be dropped in the next 20 days. Just chill and wait. But that's the thing. Okay, I shouldn't have to wait. In the gaming world, guys, that's not normal. For them to wait 2 weeks before a game comes out. And here's my issue with that, okay? If you're gonna, here's the smoking gun in this crap here. If you're gonna do this, then you don't need to open pre-orders until you release information for a game. Hit that like button if you agree. If you are going to wait 2 to 3 weeks before the release of a game, you have no business asking people to pre-purchase a game that they have not released any information on. College football fan 445, I will completely agree with those sentiments if gaming companies agree that they will not ask for pre-orders for a game until they release information on the game. Okay? For the simple fact, if you're going to ask people to pre-order a game, then you need to provide information on that game. Okay? Apple doesn't ask you to pre-order iPhones without telling you what the hell is going to be on the next iPhone. You get what I'm saying? Car companies. I love cars. I love the Mustang. Ford doesn't ask and open for pre-sales without telling you what the hell is going to be on the next damn card. So same way, I will agree with you on this only if they weren't already asking you to pre-order the game. Okay? And you can tell my typing was off because I was upset. In the world of gaming, when have you ever seen a major release of a big game and no gameplay of it or information within 2 weeks of release? Like, stop trying to be that guy, acting like it's normal in the gaming industry, because it isn't. And it's not. It's a college football game. You already know what 95% of it is about. This isn't an original release with new gameplay concepts or characteristics or lore. It's football, bro. Just chill. That is actually not true. There are new games. We'll reply to this right here on the video. That is not true. There are changes and additions to the game that people want and have a right to know. If companies are going to ask for you to pre-purchase a game, then they should let you know what is going to be in that game. I understand this. And now, look, I'm still typing bad, bro. I understand this, that, yeah, we know it's going to be a college football game. Nobody's retarded. That's like Call of Duty. We know it's a first-person shooter. Like, you know what the gist of the game is about. But just like Madden, there's people who are like me waiting to see more before I know it's an NFL football game. I'm not stupid. But there's certain things that we want in these games that we're going to spend our money on. Okay? So this dude right here to me is out of touch, bro. He's out of touch to say that. It's a college football game. You already know what 95% of it is about. Yeah, I know it's a college football game. I know I'm going to have Texas and Oklahoma and A&M, and I know I'm going to drop back and throw passes. But I don't know, dude. Do you actually play college football? Do we have to peep this guy out, man? 32 followers. Let's be real. I'm just here for the ramen noodle experience or express. That's wild. So this guy, I mean, it's probably a troll account. It's probably a troll account, dude. Like, I don't know, man. People like this, like, I don't get it. I don't get people like this. You say what you say about college football, but then you turn around and do stuff like this. Can you elaborate on the they have no outcomes at all part? It affects players' decisions. I mean, if you're fine with spending your money on a product that you don't know anything about, that's on him, dog. But in the gaming world, that is just not normal to ask for pre-orders. And that's my whole point is, if you're going to ask for pre-orders for a game, okay, then you need to put out information that's going, don't ask for people's money on a blind purchase, So, guys, that's my opinion on why that we got the deep dive for Madden before we got it for college football. It makes sense to me. I don't see any other logical reason why they would release a deep dive at the last minute at that, unannounced. There was no scheduled drop. It just boom out of nowhere. We're dropping a live stream. And where was that at even on my page? God, dude, this dude is off. Then maybe think before you spend your money. If they needed to drop more info to drive sales, they would. Must be doing. Okay, see, you don't even know. See, that's the thing. I haven't, guys. I haven't spent any money on either game yet because I don't have information. But go off, sis. People like that, man. Scott, when are we being blessed with the deep dive for college football? It might be this week. It might be next week. Okay. Somebody even mentioned that the deep dive, they was like, we got information for Madden before college last year. No, we didn't. We did not. And this, guys, is another thing. The EA Game Changers, I wanted to play this clip because, guys, they get information before we do. Eric Rayweather knew that this deep dive was going to come before college football. Listen to what he says.
You guys. So on the screen, you will get me some of this information changes coming to the gameplay. Now, this video is sponsored by EA, as they did get me some of this information early so that I could get this video ready quickly for you guys.
This video is sponsored by EA because they did give me some of this information early so that I can get this video ready for you guys. Okay? I'm not knocking what the Game Changers do, but guys, let's be real. They knew that this deep dive was going to come before college football. Okay? And it ain't nothing negative about the deep dive. It's got some great stuff in it. But the whole point is that even the Game Changers are pushing this information out that as a part of the selling mechanic for Madden. The whole point of this is they want to drive Madden down your throats because they need Madden to sell. Because if Madden doesn't sell well, they're going to lose their license. They're going to lose the exclusive license. So they need you to pre-order these games. I wonder what Madden pre-orders are looking like right now. Because this is a move, in my opinion. This whole thing right here, dropping the deep dive in the middle of the night, the Game Changers putting out their gameplay information and stuff like that, finally talking about the game. I believe it's to drive pre-orders because pre-orders aren't looking real good right now for Madden. And that's also why they bundle it with college football. They need Madden to sell. And the thing about it is, if they did Madden like they've done college football, Madden would be selling great. But, you know, I hate to say that EA has been lazy. I don't blame the developers. I don't blame the people that work on the game, because I understand from a game creation standpoint that there's a lot that the developers be wanting to do with games that the executives say, no, do this instead. I've spoken with developers for different games, and they talk about, hey, we wanted to do this and this and this and this and this. But the publisher, EA, doesn't give those developers the creative freedom that they desire to make the game that they know people want. So don't blame the devs. Blame the executives. Blame the shareholders. Blame the people that are calling the shots, guys. This was all strategically done to push pre-order sales for Madden. As we've confirmed, that they are indeed not behind on they're not behind. We're not. The 40 pages have been locked in for a while. Scott even said it himself. We talked about it in another tweet where he says, it's not my call. If it was up to me, he'd release them, but it's not his call. Why? It's coming from the executives. Why? They need Madden to sell. Why? Because that license is going to be up for grabs. The fact that the NFL license hadn't been renewed already says that maybe they're in the hot seat about it. Okay. So let me know what y'all think down in the comment section down below, y'all. It's almost time for us to start the live stream for the Baylor Bear rebuild. It's been a fantastic experience. We got a big game coming up against Oregon. Y'all definitely, where is it at? Right here, the rebuild, man. Big game right here. We ended up beating Notre Dame. Big game against Oregon. Win or lose, we make it to the Pac-12, but the same thing, we will see Oregon again in the Pac-12 championship, so we're gonna have to play them twice. And we're in position to make it to the playoffs. So really cool, having a good time there. Don't bring your kids because it's an adult party in there, man. It gets pretty crazy in there, but super excited for that, man. Y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below, man. Join in on the live stream because we'll go into more depth about this discussion. Till next time, y'all, thanks for watching. Peace.